Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. It's weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Thursday, September 26th, 2019. Right off the top, let me tell you, if you haven't downloaded the free weather app on Google Play or on the App Store, the Meteorologist Joe Cioffi app, do so. It has been updated and upgraded so that you are able to get your local forecast and current conditions. It will default to your location wherever you happen to be, whether you're in Maine or in Florida or in San Diego or in Seattle or right where you are in the tri-state area. It will default to your location. And of course, you've got Zoom radar. I also added a Long Island tab, and it makes it a whole lot easier to access weather by going directly to an app, and you get notifications when new weather posts are up. So again, make sure you've updated it. If you haven't downloaded it, download it. It's free, okay? And it saves you the trouble of looking for me on the standard platforms that shall go nameless at the moment. All right, so let's check out our weather over the next 5 days, because we've got pretty much more of the same stuff that we've been dealing with cold fronts coming through. We cool off, we warm up, we cool off, and not a whole lot in the way of rain. So today we're going to be in one of those warm-up modes from areas from northeast Virginia on up into southern New England. We're looking at temperatures that are going to be generally in the low 80s, low to middle 80s from New York City south and west, and you're looking at temperatures mostly in the upper 70s to around 80 as you go from New York City north and east. We're talking about sunshine giving way to arriving clouds, and then we get into some showers. You can see the satellite this morning in the northeastern part of the U.S. The clouds that are out to the west are not really all that impressive. And neither are the showers that are being produced by this, but we do have sun ahead of it. And most of the showers here are going to be going up through upstate New York and on up into interior New England. So we're just going to see the southern end of all of this. And as far as the next few days are concerned, it's really kind of a fairly easy type of forecast going forward. There's not a whole lot of moisture available. We are in a very, very dry stretch here, and usually when you get into September, the first part of the month tends to be on the wet side, but the latter part of the month, the second half certainly tends to be dry, and we have been dry for quite a while. So here's our front that comes through for today. Again, we get a couple of showers with that, but not much. Most of it goes by to our north. Then the high comes in, settles to our south. We have a nice day on Friday. Friday will be much like it was on Wednesday, with sunshine and temperatures in the 70s to maybe near 80. We're going to warm up ahead of this next cold front on Saturday that's going to come through. And this one might have a few more showers with it, but not a whole lot more, just a few more. And behind it is a rather strong high that is going to be moving across the northern lakes and into southeastern Canada. So that's going to set us up with an onshore flow here, beginning on Sunday and lasting into Monday. So we'll cool off. We'll be back into the 80s on Saturday. We're going to cool off 70s to near 80 on Sunday and mostly 70s on Monday. This is going to take an extra day for that high to get out of the way. By the way, down here is whatever that is left of Tropical Storm Karen, because I think Karen has seen the manager, and the manager said, "Karen, it's time to go home." And it looks to me like with upper air conditions that are going to be very hostile, Karen will probably wind up weakening to a remnant low over the weekend, and not something that we're going to worry about. This high is going to go out, and then we've got a more important front that's going to approach for Wednesday of next week. So we're going to warm up Tuesday into Wednesday, maybe back up into the 80s on Tuesday into Wednesday. And once this cold front goes by, we're going to have a significant cool down setting up for later next week as a nice big high comes down out of eastern Canada. And oddly enough, what is going to precipitate all this is Hurricane Lorenzo, which is way out here in the tropical Atlantic. You see it's so well defined on the satellite this morning. It is a major hurricane. Top winds are 125 miles an hour. But it is going to be Hurricane Lorenzo that drives this cool air to come in for the latter part of next week and beyond. Take a look at this upper air, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about here with Lorenzo. You see it right there out in the central Atlantic. It lifts up north. It energizes this big upper low that's sitting between Newfoundland and the southern tip of Greenland. And then watch what happens in the eastern part of the United States. It drives this, you have this big upper high early next week. A deep trough swings down through eastern Canada and New England, and that sets us up for a shot of cooler air. And if you believe the way this sets up, we could be in that cooler air for quite a while. I just pulled up the above and below normal temperatures starting from a week from today and going for 5 days beyond that. So we're looking at next Thursday through Monday, October 7th, and the blue is all below average temperatures, and we really get into those below average temperatures through that 5-day period. So if you might like autumn weather, you should be rooting for Lorenzo, because Lorenzo is going to be driving it. It's not going to make any kind of landfall anywhere, but it is possibly going to be driving a bit of a pattern shift here in the eastern part of the United States. So that pretty much takes care of weather in 5 for today. Interesting scenarios in the long range, always something interesting to look at. Schedule for today, website posts will be up. If you've got the app, you'll be notified. I have a separate long-range post that'll be coming up for app users only later today, and also for Patreon members. So you've got those you've got the app platform, which is free, or you can join up on the Patreon platform, which is just $2 a month. It goes a long way to support the free app, and I'd keep the app free and keep the ads to a minimum by doing it this way. So if you are inclined, certainly you're not forced to do it. It's an option. I leave it up to you. But if you are inclined, you can support the app by joining the Patreon platform, patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. All right, folks, have a great day. We'll have our regular YouTube live streams tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.